We're live.
That's what you say.
And we're recording.
That's what you say.
We're doing all the things.
I don't believe any of it. It's all a lie. It's a goddamn conspiracy.
Fake news.
And everybody's in on it, including her.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, we don't have a theme song for this show, so welcome. I could do this. I don't know.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the weekly podcast sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the podcast. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of Ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the podcast and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 1 continuous hour. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the podcast concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. LIW Anthology series review is now in effect.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW Anthology Series Review, episode 114 for Monsters 117 Taps. I'm Phoenix West.
Darknet.
I kept waiting for you to turn that off, and you didn't.
I forgot I have control.
I was like,
well, I'll let it go because this episode ain't gonna be too long.
No, if you listen to the podcast and not the live feed, you'll hear me going, you can turn it off anytime, Dick. Anytime you want. You have the.
Well.
Welcome. You watched this episode twice now.
I'm sorry, people.
It's all right.
You got to sit through that.
It's fine.
Monsters is an interesting show,
right?
I remember it growing up. I did used to watch it when we'd stumble upon it because I had no idea. Like they changed the time on it like every day because it was a syndicated show, so it would be like it could have been 8:30 on a Saturday night, maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Or Friday at 11:30. Like they would put this on ungodly hours of the night, and I could probably never watch it. And I think I've caught up on it like on Sci-Fi Channel, and then Chiller. Chiller was a channel. I don't think Chiller exists anymore as a channel.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
A lot of the videos I have are pulled from Chiller, though.
Yeah, especially with Monsters.
They just aired a bunch of anthology shows.
Yeah, well, I guess they just were like, what's the most cheapest shit we could put on our cheap-ass Chiller out network? Oh, Monsters. Yeah, get that. Tales from the Dark Side, Monsters, and some other anthology show that nobody gives a shit about.
I'm looking up the actress from today's episode.
I did look at her, too.
Mary Jo Keenan. She has not acted since 2000 when she was in Thumbtanic.
I was going to mention Thumbtanic.
Yeah. She's in a movie I do enjoy called Nothing to Lose with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence.
There you go. She is married to the creator of Arrested Development.
Yes, that was the next thing I was going to get to.
Yeah, that's how she survived Hollywood. She married a producer because 90% of the time, these actresses that disappear and fade away marry producers of some type.
Well, she must have known him from the John Larroquette show because she was on that show. And
Nurses was the show before John Larroquette.
He did that too. I'm looking at his resume right now.
Yep.
Okay.
A show Nurses was actually gone for quite a bit, considering. So that she made some money there. It's just too bad I've never seen that show in syndication in my life.
No, it was on 3 years. How many seasons?
Probably 4 seasons.
Yeah. No, it's 3.
3 seasons? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that show is. I'm looking at it right now.
There's a lot of shows that were on in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah. I recognize most of the cast.
Yeah, they all went to other shows. It's like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. But good for her. I don't care. I'm not going to begrudge anyone.
No, she was fine. She was fun in this episode. I liked her. She was kind of funny.
Yeah, she does the most eye and face acting you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
She's constantly
Gary.
Doing this. Just
Yeah.
back and forth.
So basically, this is. I feel like Monsters is all usually satirical, farcical, comedic. I don't think none of them are serious.
Here's what we don't know, because I chose this episode because last time we talked about My Zombie Lover.
Yes.
And we loved it. And so we said, hey, that David Mish guy who directed it also did another episode.
Yes.
So it was this one. Same director. He also wrote it with Larry Charles, the Larry Charles from Borat fame. And also he did a Nick Cage movie.
That he did.
He did. He does all the Sacha Baron Cohen stuff. And he's producer on Seinfeld and Curb, all that sort of stuff.
So he's made tons of money.
Yeah, he also produced Entourage. I just pulled up IMDb.
Did he really?
Dilbert, Mad About You, and Seinfeld.
Wow.
Those last two shows I mentioned made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, you don't have to do much, if anything.
No. But
he's got what they call fuck everybody money.
Speaking of, his new movie is called Fucking Identical Twins.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, Megan Mullally, Nathan Lane.
I think the twins.
What is this? A pair of business rivals discovered that they're identical twins and decided to swap places in an attempt to trick their divorced parents to get back together.
No,
that's what it says.
That's a joke. That's funny though. That's pretty fucking funny. Wow, that's pretty good.
It's perfect because right when you start realizing what they're saying there,
yeah,
this is starting to sound like, like the Lindsay Lohan. What the fuck's that name of that movie?
Parent Trap.
Parent Trap. Right when you start to realize it, that's
not Parent Trap. I'm sorry. It is Parent Trap, but it's also, I feel like they did that in other movies too. That same storyline.
My wife was watching Parent Trap, the Lindsay Lohan one, and I was like, all right. So I looked up the original. I didn't know they made like 4 or 5 of those things.
Yeah, there's quite a many of them.
Why? And to the point where I was like, one was made in 1990 when she was in her 40s. I was like, why does this exist?
Well, because I think she needed money. So she's like, look, and she's probably married to some Disney exec or something. And she's like, I need to get some cash in my coffers. We need to revisit some kind of schmoo that I did in the old days with that Walt, that Jew-hating Walt. That's Jew Parenthood too. Bastard. I'm Haley Mills, god damn it.
You fucking cunts.
You cunt. We're going to talk about this like men.
So this is March 4th, 1989. Sorry. What I was getting to was we don't know if the rest of these episodes are an attempt at seriousness or if these are just the 2 comedies.
Because I feel like when I saw it randomly, I felt like they were all kind of comedic. I think it's supposed to be farcical.
Yeah, I was saying during our live stream, I was saying it feels like a made-for-TV version of Tales from the Crypt.
Yes,
like a watered-down version of Tales from the Crypt
with more jokes.
Yeah, more puns. How many did we count?
More puns. We got 14 in this episode. 20 minutes. 14 and 20 minutes. That's almost 1 a minute.
Yeah. Well, at one point she rattles off a bunch when she's doing her little speech there about him dying.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. They fall to pieces. Can't have a leg to stand on. Oh, wait, they didn't make that joke.
I feel like they did.
They probably did.
I feel like they had to. They're all sitting around the writer's room fucking getting high. And what else we got? What other?
Oh, this was written by 2 people because you can tell it was written on a weekend when they were high eating Chinese food in the Hollywood Hills. And they're just like, what the fuck, man? Give him a hand. Give him a hand, man.
Oh, it's awesome.
We're funny. It's funny.
No, it is funny, though. Sounds like we're making fun of it. I actually did enjoy this.
No, it's very funny. I have enjoyed so far the 2 monster episodes we've seen.
Can you not say the word monsters?
I'm not going to.
Not until you get over your Munsters trailer watching.
The Munsters just wrecked everything for me.
I can't tell you why in IMDb, next to the picture of the movie, there's a trailer for Dirty Dancing playing.
Is it the Movies That Made Us trailer for Dirty Dancing?
No, it's a full-on trailer of the movie. Like,
I had the time of my life.
yeah. Why
I never
is that?
felt this way before.
Yeah.
That's the greatest behind the scenes moment in that show is when Patrick Swayze tells Jennifer Grey, "Just do the movie, fucking bitch." The greatest thing ever. You know what? We gotta find that clip and isolate it. You can find. I gotta get it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. You know what?
Patrick yells at Jennifer
Grey.
Jennifer Grey.
Just do the movie, fucking bitch.
And then Jennifer said, Patrick says he cried, saying sorry to me on Dirty Dancing. He must have felt bad after yelling, "Do the scene, you bitch." I want to see if it's this. I don't think this is going to be it, but
no.
All right, so, yeah, it's interesting because it's a girl who wants to be an actress, so she's breaking up with her dance partner. Apparently, they have like a routine together. She wants to go to Hollywood, and apparently, it worked because that's what the actress did. Went to Hollywood, did some things.
Well, she didn't do much.
Right?
She's mediocre success at best because she's doing like
she worked
1980s horror movies that she's got to be naked in.
And then if he freaks the hell out on her, it starts off with an argument. And I love the fact that he turns his. It's like very melodramatic on purpose. It's a very similar thing, feeling that we had during My Zombie Lover, where it's like heightened melodrama. It's like you're watching a soap opera, like a daytime soap opera. And he turns and he's like, "You've already packed, haven't you?" And she's like,
"Yeah,
just some headshots or publicity stills."
Publicity stills.
Yeah, and he opens the trunk.
The music is what sells it. So you got to give credit to the team. The behind the scenes with it, the music cues are perfect. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up that scene because the music cues are great. Oh, too far. There's only 3 people in this episode. Here it is. This is when he's yelling at her. He just finished yelling at her. He's gonna look at her trunk now.
Yeah.
You've already packed.
No.
Oh, what's in there?
Publicity photos. And a few clothes.
If I ever told you about my nostalgia box that's at my mom's house, I told you that my old girls were in there. That's what it is. It's that exact trunk.
That's a giant fucking trunk.
Yeah. Well, it's got like all my like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the original.
Well, you gotta get that trunk.
Yeah, and it's got like my old I had my basketball jerseys. It's got all the Goosebump books.
Oh, yeah, those are all sellable. You can sell all that.
They're all in really good shape too.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. That's a good. People buy those all the time.
I think I'm missing the last few because they kept making them after I stopped reading them.
I went to the comic book store the other day, and they're doing a whole line of R.L. Stine comics.
Like based on the books or based on...
I think so. I'm just like, oh my God, really?
I'm still trying to find this Dirty Dancing thing, and there's nothing on YouTube.
No.
Dirty Dancing, you bitch. It should not be that hard to find.
No.
How about this? Dirty... I'll search in Google. In case it's not on YouTube. Dirty Dancing, you bitch. Oh. It took me to SoundCloud. This is someone's SoundCloud that has that exact title. Dirty Dancing Bitch. Okay. Oh, what's this? This is Young Crazy. Young Gravy.
Young Gravy.
That's what it says. All right.
Young Gravy, what's up?
So the reason we pushed it back a day is because Jansen wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
And it was them talking about all these rappers. And I'm like, these all sound made up. Like, none of these people sound real.
Well, they are made up. They're all pseudonyms, not the real names.
No, I mean,
like, I was born Young Gravy.
YUNG. But like, I thought they were making them up just to fuck with me.
Oh,
that's
right.
And I'm like, no, you're not going to get me. Come on.
No, it's a sad world we live in now. It's all bad. It's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare world.
You ever hear that new song by N334 $4 He's pretty awesome, man. You're like,
yeah.
No. Did he fall asleep on the keyboard? I don't know how you name yourself. All right, I don't find anything regarding Dirty Dancing.
I'll find it. I'll just record it off the camera phone.
And yelling at Jennifer Grey.
Oh, actually, that might be it.
I just did a search for that.
Shoot a movie, fucking bitch.
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to find that because I want to see that so bad.
I'll get it. I'll just record it off my phone and send it to you just on the message. That's easy. That could be done.
So I'm not sure how in the detail we should go because it's real. I will say watch the episode before we get into spoilers here in a moment. It's on YouTube. Well, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Watch it because they're fun. I'd say just take a dive. Take a head dive into the whole monsters category and just watch all the episodes. I think it'll be a lot of fun. They're all 20 minutes. They're literally quick as shit.
Yeah,
you can watch them you watch the whole series in probably a day. Honestly.
Yeah, how many seasons was this show? We did it one of this last time. I don't remember.
I think it's
3,
2 or 3. So I think it's 72 episodes.
Yeah, 72 episodes over 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So they worked. Damn, that's a good amount of episodes over 3 years with an anthology show.
No,
like most anthology shows have shortened seasons because it's way harder to write. Anthology shows, unless you're pulling from a source, like someone's writing, which is what happens with a lot of those early anthology shows that we discovered, is they're pulling from writing of some writer that did a bunch of little short stories. But if you have a writing team and you're just a real a show that does their own stories, that's a lot of episodes to do a year.
Yeah,
and it's like even the original Twilight Zone was just Rod.
Yeah,
for the most part.
For the most part,
the writers, but.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like in these days, I mean, the old days, shit, they would knock them out like fucking nothing.
We have way more tools at our disposal right now.
Yeah.
I can't talk today. It's going to be a fun day. Way more tools at our disposal, and just nothing gets done because Pornhub exists.
Yeah.
Twitter.
It's a nightmare world. Like I said, we're in a nightmare world now.
Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare.
It's just
and
sucks.
I hate it.
Sucks. That's why I'm going back. I just go back in time and watch old MST and just old shows, old movies, and just like I'm just done with anything modern. I just don't care.
I think we should start watching every once in a while an episode of Monster. We don't review it. We'll just talk about it on the next anthology show a little bit.
Yeah,
I watched this episode. It was fun. Yeah. We're not going to get into every episode of this show.
No.
But I want to talk about it. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we only put it on the agenda, we'll never get around to it because it takes forever to get around to a show on this. Because I have to find out the next several hundred episodes. So I don't have to do any work. Yeah. But I can see myself actually sitting down and watching an episode of this. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it made me genuinely laugh several times.
Yeah. They're very goofy. Yeah.
She plans his murder out of nowhere because her elderly publicist comes over.
No, her agent. Her agent.
Sorry. And then he comes over and he's wearing all like earth tones, but he has a bright ass red scarf. I don't know what that was all about. Why the bright scarf is beyond me.
Lunch. We'll do lunch.
Because look at him right here.
Baby darling, we'll do lunch. Goodbye, Craig.
When I paused here, I thought he was handing a piece of paper. This one. On the door.
On one finger.
Yeah.
Take this.
He's good.
It's attached to me with my fingernail. It's a magic trick. I used to do this back in vaudeville.
But look at her face. This is what I'm saying. She's a she's doing a performance in this episode.
Yeah.
And I did like the scene where she kills him. She kills her she poisons him, and he's dying, and she beats him to death with her dancing trophy. And she's like, "It's gonna ruin my career. How do I get out of this? Considering an acting performance, I go to trial." And she like does this thing,
Right?
and cuts to like a version in her head. I like that.
I liked her teeth were all mangled, like her teeth were gross.
Yeah.
If you look at they're all decayed.
Right here.
And then it's pretty funny.
It's
a fun show. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's doing. And at first, I was like, "Oh, she's not very good," and I was like, "Oh, she's doing a thing." Like I noticed when you want to do a comedy, you do the New York accent. I don't know what it is about that accent, but people do it all the time when they do like, "I'm an actress," and they suddenly just layer on a New York accent.
It's an acting challenge. The courtroom scene. Your Honor, he came at me. He tried to choke me. Luckily, he tripped and fell on a blunt object. Oh, and then he got up. Luckily, I had a poison drink in my hand, so I forced open his mouth.
See, she's doing a thing, and it works.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. And why not?
She sounds like Gal Gadot.
I'm that kind of.
Sadly,
I like that.
I can't understand half of what I say.
But you see, she's doing a thing with her mouth right here,
Yeah.
where she's
Yeah. She's hamming it up because it's supposed to be hammed up.
But it works really well.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's definitely
I
funny.
enjoyed her performance in it. That's why I was looking up her career, because I'm like, oh, she must have like worked. Nope.
Well, she did. I think she did okay, but I feel like with all actors, after a while, she probably just got tired of the bullshit, and she's just like, you know what? They're never going to give me. I'm never going to be a star. I'm never going to be a major actor in anything. All I get is TV roles that are like nothing. So I'm done with this. I'd rather be a mom. It's like I could get more out of life being a mother to a successful husband, which is what she's got.
And it's just weird that she never even showed up on an episode of Arrested Development.
Well, at that time, I think she's pretty much done.
Yeah,
she's retired. She's done.
You want to do, not throwing you a bone here, but like, do you want to be on an episode? That'd be great. You're my wife.
Well, and he did though. He gave her nurses, and then John Larroquette show.
How long were they together before that?
I think they've been. I'm going to assume they were together since Nurses, and they got married later. I think they probably lived together for a long time when they got married.
I don't know.
I'm going to assume.
I don't want to look it up because I'm not that invested. But
I'm just assuming it's basic courtship in Hollywood. I'm sure that because the guy with Scrubs, the creator of Scrubs, is married to the girl on Scrubs, that actress that was in Drew Carey.
Oh yeah, okay.
They were married. I don't know if they're still married, but I think did he do the Drew Carey show as well? The produced creator of Scrubs?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I'll look it up, but
but I don't think it matters
because she stopped acting in 2000. John Larroquette show was 96.
Yeah.
Nurses was 91 to 94. This is 89. So
yeah,
really, we're looking at reverse order. This is probably where they met then. This episode.
Maybe.
This is only the fourth thing she did.
Yeah, maybe.
And she has 3 daughters.
He directed this, right?
Yeah, he directed it.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So actually, yeah, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out the order, because I was thinking John Larroquette didn't do that show till way after Night Court was off the air.
Yeah.
When he did 17 versions of the John Larroquette show. They tried so hard to make him a TV star.
They won't let me die.
The only thing I saw that I really enjoyed his performance in after Night Court was the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
You're fucking up my career. He's just swearing up a storm.
Yeah.
And I watched it on my phone, so I couldn't tell it was John Larroquette for a moment. I hate watching things on my phone that I want to watch. Like if you're watching a TV show, like a cartoon, who gives a shit? But I don't want to watch something I'm really invested in on my phone.
No, I can't either. I don't understand how people can watch anything on the phone.
Like trying to zoom in. I'm like, what the fuck is it? I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I don't need a giant TV either. Like a regular size TV is perfect. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm just used to it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she chops him up with what was it? What do you call it? Chekhov's electric knife.
Yeah, Chekhov's electric knife. Yes,
Because she was trying to cut like a loaf of bread or meat or apparently
yes.
a piece of lead, and it was just like barely chewing through the thing, and somehow she cut up a human being with that.
Yes.
And he's inside the trunk, like click clack, because he's got his tap shoes on.
Yeah.
Turns out that's why it's called taps. Excuse me.
Bless.
Bless
Like,
it.
no, Seinfeld. You're so good looking.
I haven't seen Seinfeld enough in a long time that I kind of lost track of all the references.
I don't know why, but I just remember them.
Yeah, it's just
I haven't. I'll catch one on TBS or something, and like, oh, I don't consciously seek out Seinfeld to rewatch. It's like if I'm bored on DirecTV and it's on, I'll be like, I'll check this for a couple of minutes and then change it.
I watched the shit out of it, and then
No,
at one point I just didn't go back.
no, I don't think you have to really.
Yeah, my favorite car is favorite episode is the smelly car episode.
That's a good one.
That's great.
I like John Voight bites Kramer. Get to match up his dental record, see if he owns his car. John Voight's car. No,
I need to watch it again because it's been a while.
There's some good stuff there.
There's some rough episodes though.
Well, I say the first and second seasons are like they're figuring it out, and I think Larry David was trying to be formulaic and like network writer, and he's just like, "I'll fuck this, I can't do this anymore," and then he just went his own way and
I'll do my own shit.
Way. Yeah, he was smarter. He's
I
like, fuck it, I don't care.
I much prefer Curb Your Enthusiasm to Seinfeld.
Oh, sure.
I think that show is like borderline perfect.
Yeah, Curb was pretty solid.
He's born to play himself like that, like a heightened version of himself.
Well, I don't know if it's the heightened version or if that's just who he really is. That's the thing of that show.
The situations
like,
are heightened. He's not.
Right.
He's
exactly.
actually muted.
Yeah.
Because he's not screaming at people.
Yeah.
This is the guy who would go on stage and go, "Nah, I'm good."
Didn't he do that episode about like the MAGA hat? Like someone was wearing a red hat and someone goes crazy, but he's wearing a red hat, but that's nothing to do with MAGA or something. Or what was that?
I haven't watched the last couple seasons.
Yeah, I think that was like 4 or 5 seasons.
I need to catch up because I stopped watching. What is there? 7 original seasons? No, 8. And then they did
I think it's
season 9 and 10.
And there's a lot of breaks in between.
Yeah, they took a few years off to do.
Yeah, it's like The Sopranos. When The Sopranos was on, it's like they took, takes us 2.5 years to write our seasons. Like, oh, shut the fuck up.
No, they were actually just done with the show. And he's like,
yeah, and he kept
I want to do
back.
some more.
Yeah.
It's like, it's my show and it's me.
Well, see, Jeff Garlin is pretty much persona non grata now, so you can't have him on the show.
They killed him off his other show.
Yeah.
He's gone.
And now he's saying he has
What
bipolar.
happened?
He has bipolar disorder.
He's always been a weirdo, but he's always been like a lovable weirdo.
I think he's a total asshole. I think.
Oh yeah,
he's got an issue, and actually, I think they got him on sexual misconduct. That was one of the big ones. I think he must have said something to some girl like, "Yeah, look at your ass. Your ass looks pretty good today," or something like that. I'm sure a snide comment that didn't deserve to be fired over, but still, in this climate, they're going to get you. They're going to destroy you, like Jeffrey Tambor. Jeffrey Tambor has not recovered from his I haven't seen Jeffrey Tambor in 10 years now. Like he just disappeared off the face of the planet. He's gone. And he was all about the trans too. He was just like,
yeah, I was just gonna say,
I mean, he was just like, oh, he was the poster boy for transgenderism, and then they fucking cut his throat and just let him bleed out in the street. Like that shows you the loyalty of Hollywood. It's like, no, not good enough, Jeff. You got to go. But I'm one of you. No, Jeff, you're not. He melts like the Nazis and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Don't look at him, Miriam.
Don't look at it, man.
So it says the actor's been accused of inappropriate behavior and was a subject of HR investigations. And that was going on for 3 years. Yeah, Jeff Garlin.
There you go. Yeah, Jeff Garlin.
But you can, some people you can look at and go, that guy would be a problem to work with. He's definitely one of them.
Yeah. I met him once and he rubbed me the wrong way. So I was like, you know what? He's an asshole. There's something about this guy. I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
He's just off-putting. He just looks at, like, he gave me a snide look. I'm just like, dude, you're fucking Jeff Garlin. Back off. It's like, give me a break, dude. You're a character actor if you're lucky.
Going back to Curb.
Yeah.
I do like him on Curb, but
he's funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, but
Yeah.
at some point I wouldn't want to work with some depending on what you hear.
Right.
That's true. Like I wouldn't want to work with him. Fuck that. What's the point?
Him and Adam Levine.
Is that the
Maroon 5 guy?
Okay, yeah. I saw. Is that the one with the texts out?
Yeah.
Holy fucking fuck.
It just proves that you can be married to a Victoria's Secret model and still be a dickhead and put your dick in anything.
Yeah. That's a guy that's not going to stop fucking.
No, he's got a problem.
Yeah.
I'm pathetic. I'm insecure.
Oh, there is an Army Hammer documentary out.
I want to see it so bad.
His mom is like the lead, like leading it. She's like, I'm gonna go and tell you the secrets of the Hammer family. I'm like, his fucking mom?
She ain't no Hammer.
Paid.
She married into the family and divorced probably and got a big stomach because the Armand Hammer. I used to work for his company. They owned Westwood Museum, the museum over there, the Hammer Museum. That's Armie Hammer's grandfather. So they had the premiere for his first movie there. I worked there. It was him playing Billy Graham, of all people. He was playing the religious. He was playing the life story of the religious guy.
That's a name I haven't heard in decades.
Yeah, he played Billy Graham in the biopic, and it was like an independent movie, and that was like his first big movie. And then he started to take age. He was probably no. I mean, shit. Billy Graham lived to be like fucking 900.
That's what I'm saying.
Almost as old
Billy Graham.
That old fuck. What's his name? The crazy old man. 700 Club. Robert. Oh God, what is his name? Oh my God. Oh my God, help me! What's the name of your deliverer, your prophet? The guy from 700 Club. Pat Patterson. Robert Patterson.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patterson.
Oh my God.
He ran for president.
Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson. That's it. Yeah.
Holy shit! I can't believe that came out of nowhere.
Wow. Oh my God. That's a blast.
Because it comes on like after a good show on TV.
What's it? 700 Club.
Yeah, you'll be watching a show and all of a sudden it's like a.
Ha!
You see like this is paid promotional programming.
Yeah.
And then Pat Robertson shows up.
You're all gonna die in there.
No, he starts off kind.
Oh no, like Kane from Poltergeist 2. Your little girl's in there. You're staying there with an Indian fella.
All right, this is not Hollywood is Dead.
Let's
get
bad
back
man.
to monsters,
Right,
and then we can talk about Pat Robertson and all those.
No, we're I think we're settled on monsters. We pretty much said everything about monsters.
Well, there's the end I want to show.
Oh, okay, you want to show it? Okay.
Because I already gave the
makeup job.
Yeah, it's Spirit Halloween Shop props.
Yeah. What's done is done. I mean, we got to go on. We got to keep living. I know you're kind of probably at loose ends. I mean, leg alone in New York. What are you going to do, right? And I was thinking that Sam could maybe get you some work. He could.
I actually want to fast forward until when it kicks her in the face because that's the best part.
Yeah,
it's right here.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
What do you want? Just tell me, please. You want to dance with me?
Oh, did she already get kicked here?
No, he kicks her here.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay.
It's just so goofy.
It's not meant to be like, oh,
no,
spooky. It's just they're fucking around and you're either on board or you're not.
Yeah.
And I can't believe this show lasted 3 seasons. Like with this attitude in 1989, it just seems like now this would work on like Adult Swim or some.
What was the show that we were watching? Was it Was it the new Twilight Zone in the 80s where it was the one about the stupid private or the gangster movie, the gangster story about the demon and the gangster was a demon hunter? and the guy, it was Twilight Zone. It's the one written by Harlan Ellison. The
was Jack Palance in that one?
No, but it's the one. It sounded like him, but it was Crazy Meatball Shit Show Sandwich, or what was it?
Oh, Crazy is a soup sandwich.
Soup sandwich. That's
which
right.
was shit.
Shit sandwich. I don't think they could put that on the air then.
Yeah. Crazy is a soup sandwich. I can't believe. I forgot. I remember the title.
Yeah,
because I was working on I had to add them in and make posters. I'm like, this title's so stupid. But that was kind of like an EC Comics with a way of humor in it.
I feel like that was more aligned with monsters. God damn it!
There you go.
I can't.
I don't know why you can't say monsters.
It's fucking Rob Zombie's fault. So all I see on the internet right now is just how awful the Monsters is.
You gotta change your search and your search.
It's not my fault. It's just there.
Monsters.
Netflix owns the world.
Let's get out of here. I will use these things that Adam put on here. I will give this episode this score to the top of the screen.
Yeah, I would agree. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I've enjoyed the show.
It's going in the top tier. So did the last episode we did. I liked the last episode a little more, but I liked only because I was surprised by what are we watching here.
Yeah.
This story is a lot more streamlined, but that first episode that we did, My Zombie Lover, that was just they even call back in this episode. They do a callback to it.
Did they?
Remember she's talking about she's talking about how Meryl has an Oscar nomination. She's like, I don't think Meryl cares that you're doing, I don't think Meryl cares that you're doing your little cheap B movie or movie. And she's like, I was just in a serious movie where I fell in love with a zombie, and I was like, it's the same writer. That's clearly a callback to the last episode he did.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Check out the show. I want to watch more. I will do that.
For sure.
We want to announce it to each other. Or just bring it up.
I think so.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you watch.
20 minutes.
Just put on a random one, and if it's any good, we'll say, hey, let's watch this episode. I just watched it or whatever.
Yeah. And
killing a Saturday evening.
We can finish up one of our random episodes like next time we do this. Like, oh, here in a few minutes, let's talk about a Monsters episode I watched.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just recommend it or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Lee Martin's The Midnight Hour.
Yeah, less hatred of women, even though this was a story of a woman being beaten by a severed foot.
Yeah, but this woman did something to deserve her revenge.
As opposed to just being a woman.
Vagina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And didn't want to date him.
I don't even think they had to be born with a vagina in Lee Martin's world. I think they just have to be a hypothetical woman.
You're right.
I don't think they have to actually exist.
No, you got to be human first. He's got to be human first. Understand that?
Midnight Hour.
Bull Queer's attack with force. Bull Lee Martin's attack with force.
Have to be human first. Lee Martin had to be human first.
Ugh.
I don't suppose it'd help if I told them I'm not homosexual. Neither are they. Have to be human first. Sisters don't apply. Two things again. Never happened again after that day.
Yeah.
Lee Martin never dated.
Never chewed solid food.
And we never watched another episode of his show.
Never.
Although the rest of the ones are on the calendar here down the road.
I mean, I could maybe watch one, and I don't even know if I could do that because they're just. We got to that point where it was torture. It was bad. It was.
The good news is, I don't think it's on the schedule for a long time.
Okay,
let me take a look.
That's good to know.
Let me pull up. What is the name of this show? Holy shit!
Midnight Hour.
This is episode 114 that we're doing right now. The Midnight Hour isn't on the schedule until. Is this the first one? Yeah. So we're doing 114 right now. 136 is the next episode.
Wow.
And then
that's way down the road.
Yeah. Because we don't do this show every week. So, and then the next episode after that is 153.
Oh.
And then it's going to be like every 10 episodes we're doing an episode of his. So we can manage that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I paced it out. I don't want to sit here and fucking watch just that show like we were doing. We just hit the wall. I'm like, fuck that guy, fuck that show. Yeah. It was fun and suddenly not any fun.
Yeah, it just took a turn. It was like there's something wrong with this guy.
This episode only has a 5.4 on IMDb with 117 reviews. So my 8 will actually matter for the score.
There you go. Yeah, make a difference.
If you do like the episode or you watch the show, go rate it on IMDb with a rating, because it only 117. It's gonna matter in, like, it'll factor in.
Give David Horowitz and his wife something to celebrate 40 years later.
Good episode.
Besides their children.
Next episode that we're doing here in a minute on the podcast or on the feed, on the live stream, and it'll be on the next podcast, is going to be Darknet 102, Darknet 2. Darknet. Ooh. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. Let's give this episode a hand.
Yeah.
Sorry if we put our foot in our mouth too many times in this episode.
She didn't have a foot to stand on to get her further in Hollywood.
No, she just got married.
She got married.
Really successful man.
Producer.
Who seems like a really funny guy.
For herself, yeah, very good.
He's not ugly either. So it's not like she was like...
No, yeah, she's not a pig.
No.
Not like Roseanne.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say earlier that the Goldbergs kind of reminds me of a new version of Roseanne.
It's pretty much, well, it's an 80s nostalgia show, isn't it?
Yes. But they both had to kill off their main person because of the shit they said.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that both shows had the same thing going on.
Well, I think the new season of The Connors is killing off another character again.
Oh, no. Is it going to be Sarah Gilbert?
No, they're killing off DJ.
Just let him go.
I have no idea. I don't watch that.
Who did he piss off?
I have no idea.
He's really into like flat Earth conspiracies. Won't shut up about it. We got to.
You guys don't understand.
You guys and your globes.
Water goes off the side of the Earth into the sea of darkness that is space.
All right, bye. That was all in the podcast.
That's fine.
All right, let's save that one, and we'll go to Darknet here.
So, how did you watch Darknet? Did you buy it?
We'll talk about that during our Darknet discussion.
Or did you get it on Showtime? Through Showtime?
I want to bitch about it, so hold on.
Okay, good. Because I don't have Showtime. I saw that's where I could get it, but I've seen it already, so it's not like I didn't have to watch it again. I saw it when it was cool. I think I watched that whole season. It's horrible. It's just a shitty. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. You're right.
And we're recording. All right. Hold on.
Well, I was saying about Darknet.
Oh. And we're recording. Yeah. We're not recording yet.
That's just the tapes. Yeah. No, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention.
All right. We got to switch the background here. So let me do that. There we go. And we do need a banner here. There we go.
Darknet 2. Darknet 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
If only it starred Sandra Bullock.
Why?
The Net. It's a sequel. Darknet.
Dennis Leary shows up.
No, Dennis Miller. But this time, Dennis Miller died. So this time it's Dennis Leary.
Okay. Clearly, I meant Dennis Miller. Two Dennises can be more different.
That's fine. The one you could argue ripped off Bill Hicks's career.
Oh, yeah.
After he died. And I didn't realize that until years later.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's pretty blatant.
It's like a 1-for-1 rip-off.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh. I wonder why he doesn't get more kind of shit for that. But I haven't seen him around in a long time.
Yeah, he was in Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that was like
he dies in that, and I think they killed him for real.
They killed everything.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to kill Edgar Friendly?
Remember when he does that weird little stand-up scene in that movie?
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that likes it. Yeah. What is that? Why does that exist?
It's this bit because they didn't have a screenplay. They had half a screenplay, and then they had to fill in the last half of it because they're rewriting it. I think because there was a writer's strike going on. I think that's what fucked it up. Because they had to do rewrites, and they couldn't get the writers back on it for some reason. Because it's such a great setup for a movie. But it kind of
love that movie.
It's a great movie, but it falls apart in the third act. Makes no sense. It's like all of a sudden, oh yeah, we got to finish this movie because it's about Wesley Snipes wanting to kill John Spartan. Okay, yeah, they go kill each other now.
Take his head off. What more do you want?
I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Chekhov's head comment.
Chekhov's bleach blonde head.
Hey, I name myself after his character.
Yes,
you leave him alone.
He's a great. I love Wesley Snipes. I love Wesley Snipes.
I legit did.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good name.
Yeah, I made those little like I was at one of those craft stores like Michael's, and I bought one of those Frankenstein heads around Halloween time that you can paint. Those like ceramic things that you paint. You gotta make your own thing. I turned it into Simon Phoenix. Like I painted it, into a black dude, had the white hair. I even got because he wears that orange jumpsuit.
Yes.
I painted his bolts, Frankenstein's bolts, as orange.
So you made Frankenstein,
and then I don't know what happened to it.
It shattered because you kicked it off his shoulders and it shattered.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because it was his head and he gets his head kicked off. So I was like, "This is perfect." Gone. I have to do it again. It's Halloween time right now. I should go get it.
Maybe it's in your chest of old goodies.
No, this was out here in Arizona.
Oh, so you just lost it in the move somewhere.
Yeah, it just got lost in the shuffle.
You think it should be like that Creep Show episode where the head shows up in your house and it keeps moving from room to room?
Or there's 7 more of them and Joe Pesci will show up.
Yes. 8 Simon Phoenixes in a duffel bag.
They'll sing a song.
This stupid bitch, I hit her in the face. I hit this dumb fat bitch in the face.
What is your boggle, Mr. Sandman?
The funny part is that he was with Frank Vincent and Joe Pesci were the duo. That was his partner in singing. Frank Vincent. That's how they knew each other. That's why they're in Martin Scorsese movies. They were a singing duo.
Frank Vincent, what's going on over here? Vito.
Does anybody remember 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag?
I don't.
Just the two of us. Joe Pesci could write about it.
Joe Hill made a comic book called 8 Heads something. Like he does a series about 8 heads. And it's like it's based on these artifacts that if you cut somebody's head off, the head still lives, so the head talks. It's stupid. It's like, oh God, go away. Stop it with these comics. Half of them are shit.
Who's the guy that finds the duffel bag? Because in my head, it's David Spade.
I think it's David Spade.
Is it David Spade?
Or is he the roommate of the guy that finds them?
That's what I'm trying. I haven't watched that movie since it was like in its initial run on basic cable, but they played it a lot, and I was like, "What? How is this
Jeremy? Is it Jeremy Galecki?
No.
It sounds like a part he would play.
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, that's my next guess.
I'll look it up.
I'm
pretty sure I remember David Spade being in that movie.
David Spade is in the movie.
I know that for 100% true. That is absolutely correct.
Okay, so it was Andy Como.
Oh, I think he's the character actor.
David Spade is in the movie as Ernie.
Yeah. I think Andy Cuomo is the guy that's in like 1,000 movies.
He's in 1 Hour Photo, which is a pretty solid movie that nobody heard of. Frank the Bastard, which I want to watch that movie now. Yeah, he's in a lot of movies, but not a crazy amount.
Is he in Serenity? Is he King of the Universe in Serenity?
I don't think they put him in Serenity because he looks too much like John Cusack.
Was he in Numbers?
No.
The TV show? Okay, so that's not, maybe it's a different guy.
He was in House as Dr. Travis Brennan. He was on Providence.
He was in the Santa Claus, was he?
8 Heads in a Duffel Bag was one of his first things. He was in a couple music videos, and he was in that.
It's not the same guy then. I'm thinking of a different character actor.
The Nip Tuck.
Ugh.
Here's this guy. We'll talk about Darknet here in a moment.
Oh, that's him.
I recognize him, but
yeah. He almost looks like the guy from Oculus, but it's not him.
Yeah, Oculus. That guy's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he's another good actor.
He's great in Oculus.
Yeah,
but first movie I know him from was obviously what's it called?
Again,
the movie about the 70s. He plays the stoner kid. Ben Affleck.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God!
This is going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Dazed and Confused.
Oh, wow! I said it.
We're dazed and confused. That's exactly right. Yeah.
This is going to be one of those days and confused, isn't it?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes.
All
the girls stay the same age.
Rip from Yellowstone, who's like this big beefy dude, is a teenager in a Dazed and Confused, and I was like, holy shit, that's him! Like, I put it together one day, and I was like, oh my, he looks so different now.
I don't think I'll ever be able to watch anything related to Yellowstone.
Why?
It's not due to that I'm not interested. It's just I don't care. I don't know why.
If it wasn't for the fact that my mother-in-law was watching it and I was, kind of like in the background, I was like, what's going on? And I was like, Danny Houston is in it. So I was like, all right, I'm on board.
Yeah, it's a good cat. Like, it looks good. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll just binge them all because I have Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's short. It's only 10 episodes a season, but it's actually good.
Yeah,
and you don't have to sit there and like study it because it's just.
And I love that chick, that girl that's in it, that Kelly girl,
the girl from
True Detective season 2. Oh God, she's so hot. She's so hot. There's something about her.
Season 1.
It's just insane. She's just got that sultry sexuality. It's just like, how the fuck can she walk?
It's also got Wes Bentley on that show, and he's
nobody cares.
Constant bitch.
I hate Wes Bentley. I don't know why he still works.
How is he still working?
He was never good. Maybe it's because he's a recovering heroin addict. They feel bad for him, so they want to keep him working so he doesn't go back to the fucking needle.
He's really good at playing a bitch character, but that's all he does.
Couldn't save Brad Renfro. We gotta save this guy.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, River Phoenix, Brad Renfro. We're gonna save this guy.
This is the one guy. We got Joaquin. We don't need another. We got Joaquin. We don't need another one.
Jonathan Banks. They didn't save him.
Oh yeah, he's good.
They didn't save him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jonathan Banks, not Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad.
No, no. I'm talking about the kid. I could be wrong on the name.
No, Jonathan Brandis.
Thank you. Wow, I was way off.
But he hung himself. I don't think he was on heroin.
I think he was on drugs.
He might have been. But when you're in fucking Ladybugs and Sidekicks with Chuck Norris, you might lean toward the whole, I'm going to put a noose around my throat. And
he was on that C-Lab show. What was that called?
Oh, C-Lab. Oh, God. The Night with the Dolphin?
Yeah.
And Roy Scheider?
What was that show called?
Sequest. DSV.
Sequest. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm thinking C-Lab, like
produced by Steven Spielberg.
That show was, they tried to shove that down your throat when it was coming out. And I was like, nobody wants to watch this.
I remember that. I never saw an episode. I couldn't tell you. There's so many bad sci-fi shows, like primetime wannabe sci-fi shows that all look the same, like Earth 2. Remember Earth 2? They tried to do that. Oh, man.
I remember seeing it now, but
yeah.
The show that they tried to force down my throat the most, and I completely refused, was that Fringe show.
Yeah.
They tried for so long because of the success of Lost. They tried so fucking hard to shove that down your throat, and it lasted like 4 seasons or maybe more.
No, it made 100 episodes. Fringe was on for like 8
I never heard anyone talk about it.
No.
Hey, you see the new episode of Fringe? It was pretty good.
Well, it's that mystery box J.J. Abrams bad robot bullshit they try to shove down your throat every time they make something. And I love the fact that I think Warner Brothers. Oh, did you hear the latest on that?
5 seasons.
Fringe?
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I made 100. You can make 105 episodes or 5 seasons. But
Universal is probably going to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, which is crazy. That means there'll be like 2 or 3 giant conglomerates of entertainment. It's sick. It's just sick. And so HBO Max is going to go away. It's going to turn into a whole another streaming service. It's going to end
probably next year. That's what they're saying, because they have to check all the boxes to make sure that this isn't a monopoly thing.
I think it's going to pass. But they let Disney buy up anyone.
Oh, yeah. No, of course.
They didn't check shit out of Disney.
No, Disney
owns so much.
They own you.
You just don't know it.
Like, look at all the things that Disney owns. It's crazy. But they don't have like all the TV networks. They just have one. Like, I think if you start going for two, they might break you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think Disney has to take it easy for like a decade or two.
Yeah, that's not happening.
No, but they
I
should.
wish.
Because otherwise they might get broken up.
They're too powerful.
Because do they own the actual TV part of Fox, or is it just the
No?
20,
I think they own 20th Century Fox because
Okay.
Fox News is something else.
But if they try to buy the TV network Fox, I think that would get stopped because they already have ABC.
Probably because they already have ABC. I'm sure that's the deal.
I'm sure that's why they only bought that part of it. Okay, let's talk about Darknet. Hello, citizens. Now that we're 12 and a half minutes in, I'm Phoenix West.
Dick, yeah.
LIW Anthology Series Review, episode 115, Darknet 102, Darknet 2. Dick, this is your baby. This is your choice.
Yes.
You brought this one up, and I put it on the schedule. And, I wanted to bitch about it real quick. I bought it on Amazon Prime because it was the only place I could find it. Now you're telling me it's on Showtime, which I have.
Well, apparently I looked it up because Hulu I looked it up on Hulu because I just bought Hulu, and it said I typed in Darknet, and it said available through Showtime Plus for X amount of money. So it's on Showtime, I guess.
I'm gonna pull up my Showtime app.
So look it up on Showtime app, see if it's
because it's only $2 when I bought it.
Yeah,
I bought the whole season because I figure if we need to watch more episodes.
So you bought the whole season for $3.
Yeah, but it was
because it's worth about that much.
Maybe $10.
Yeah, it's not very good.
5-6 episodes, and
yeah,
it's Canadian. We should preface it by saying this show is Canadian.
Very good.
I did catch the Toronto. They got the Space Needle just like Seattle does, but I'm like, that's not like Seattle's is out.
That's the Darknet. It's crazy scary.
I'm like, that's fucking Toronto, and
that's scary stuff.
I did record myself watching it, audio wise, but yeah, I'd never heard of this show. Apparently, you have seen it, or you caught this episode at some point.
Yeah, I back in the day, Netflix, the early days. Well, I mean, I don't know what, 5 years ago or whatever when the show premiered. What year did the show premiere? 2014.
February 28th, 2014.
Okay, because I think I watched it on Netflix because I was just bored, so I was like watching all the horror stuff on Netflix. I think this is back when I was living with Kyle. He had Netflix, and I just watched all the I watched every horror thing they put on Netflix, and like VHS and VHS2, ABCs of Horror, all those awful anthology movies.
It was back when Netflix tried.
They were having a lot of horror stuff. Yeah.
That was when I was watching a lot of Netflix when they were putting on movies for a little, and then they gave up.
Yeah,
they just stopped. So did you watch just this episode, or did you watch the whole series?
I think I watched the whole season because I think they had one season. I watched them. I could tell you, or I might be confusing with another show. I think there was 2 separate shows. It must. I think I did watch them all. Because there was like one where a girl is being stalked, and it ends up being a trick to kill her boyfriend. One's about like this underground thing where you basically, it's like
like they steal your organs, but it's like a game. Like you get captured and they take your organs, and it's like it's a weird thing. I don't know, but this one was the one I remember the most because it was the most interesting.
Yeah,
because this one was, I think, based on a true story.
Well, the second you brought this up, first of all, I wanted you to recommend an episode because it takes a little bit off me, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, all right, you want to? Yeah, let's watch it." I tried to get Adam to do that; he would not do it. He recommended one episode, and it was he did it once and then gave up because he goes, "Oh, this show's terrible." It was the Tales from the Dark Side episode.
Yeah.
And I go, "You realize that show's terrible, right?" And he's like, "No, I remember it was great." And we watched it, and he goes, "We're just like, it's so bad. It was so droll. It was so boring."
It's not.
He goes, "I'm sorry, man." I'm like, "No, it's not your fault. I warned you."
Yeah.
The show, you think it's good. The movie was good. Is the problem? The movie is entertaining.
Yeah, movie is entertaining.
But then the show is a fucking slog.
Yeah. Well, and also when I brought up when we watched all the Tales from the Crypt, we kept getting the fucking snake eyes. Every episode we saw was the worst one they ever did, and I was like, "There's I've seen good episodes. These are them. Let's watch these." And we never ever got them in the bingo baller.
No, as soon as we stopped watching them with Adam, and you just started picking them from you, I enjoyed the show. The John Lovitz one was great.
Oh my god,
what was that called? Like Top Billing or something?
Yes, that was a good one.
John Lovitz. You even answer like John Lovitz.
It's wonderful. Yes, I love it. It's great. I played a skull. That's what happens at the end.
Yeah, that's a good episode. And yeah, there's. But Darknet, never heard of it.
Sorry, aside here, I just saw a bit on Twitter, or not Twitter, Instagram, where it's Whitney Cummings was eating a banana, and John Lovitz comes up behind her and says, "Can I watch you eat that?"
It was the funniest shit. It was hilarious. I was like, John Lovitz still got
it. He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. I love John Lovitz. He's a you can't just stumble into John Lovitz. He's an acquired taste.
Yes.
I'll say that. But The Critic was fucking awesome. I'll still watch it.
Great. Yeah, no, it's a great show. That's one of the best, like the little known, forgotten animated shows of the 90s that came out in the Simpsons craze.
Yeah.
No.
And it was different enough in the Simpsons where it wasn't like a ripoff.
Yeah. And then they had the crossover episode, which is a great episode too.
They had a crossover episode?
Yeah, with the Simpsons, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Film festival.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking the other way around.
And then he goes, who's gay, Sherman? Oh, I don't know. Harvey Feinstein. No. And they go, who else? And Bart goes, MacGyver. Oh, MacGyver's gay. And they go to attack him. And he's hanging from the rafter. Or from the...
Speaking of...
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Speaking of people hanging from the rafters.
Oh, yes. Darknet.
Yes.
Part of the... Okay, so when you brought up the episode, you brought up the twist ending.
Yes.
So I knew that going in, but I also appreciate the fact that it's like 3 or 4 storylines tied together.
Yes. I don't remember them, though.
Tried.
Yeah.
I have written down. Good. I did write down Lee Martin's Darknet.
Yes.
Because it is cheap. It gave me Lee Martin's Midnight Hour vibes. But it's not terrible. I actually did enjoy this episode. It starts off with a cop. He shows up and he's doing apartment checks, and he's like, "I just want to make sure you lock your doors, all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting Joe Pesci from Home Alone vibes. He's not a real cop." And he goes in this woman's apartment. She invites him in. She's being all sexual. He's like, "There's a murder here. I want to ask you questions." And she's like, "What was the murder weapon?" And he's like,
right.
"You." And she keeps asking questions and like giving him wine. He's like, "Well, it was a knife," and he used the blood as like a painting artwork on his wall. And yeah, it was she was killed, and it's all these specifics. And she's like, it seems like she's luring him in, and she's like, "When did it happen?" He's like, "It hasn't yet," and slits her throat open.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, well, it would help if you didn't hire the creepiest looking actor in history,
right?
And I can't show him because of Amazon Prime's no streaming.
Really? Really? They're big against that, huh?
Well, you watch what would happen if I tried to stream this fucking episode.
You can't watch this. It's fucking money. You got to pay a Canadian dollar to put this on the internet, you son of a bitch.
So I'm going to pull up episode 2, and I'll show you what happens when you screen share. There's stuff on screen.
Yeah, hit pause.
Oh, is this working now? Yeah, we'll go halfway through the episode.
It's all it was.
Right now, there's a guy on screen.
It's like a radio show.
I'll show you. I'll do this.
All right, I can watch it from your phone.
How do I tilt this just right?
My
camera's over here.
No, that's even worse. All I see is the reflection of the screens.
It's fine. I saw it. I just don't remember most of it. I do remember that part. Now that you mentioned it, that is what happens. How's it happened yet, mate?
And then it threw me off because it turns into a scene where those two guys are walking down. And he's on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, I got to go put in the work and fuck this lady." He's like, "But you're married."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I got to go fuck her anyway." And then
Right.
I don't know where he's like, "You live next to, by the way, you live next to like some weird power plant in your new apartment." He's like, "No, I don't." In the background of the shot of him on the phone, he's like, "No, it doesn't exist. It's stupid. You can see it says like hydroelectric power." He's like, "No, it doesn't exist." He's like, "Yeah, it's that building in the corner." And he goes, he doesn't see the sign. He just, "That's not what's going on up there." I'm like, I can see the sign. It's massive. Ace of Base told you about seeing the sign. Open up your eyes. I saw the sign. Do
you remember that song? It opened up my mind, and I'll be happy not living without you. I left you. Oh. So
that's another storyline.
Yes.
And then it shows that guy going out with a girl from the opening, and I'm like, wait, she's dead. And I was like, oh, so that was like so it's gonna be out of order, a little Tarantino.
One of them things.
Yeah. Because it was a girl who was killed by the cop, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go inside." It she talks about how the chase is part of most of the fun or something like that. And then he like gets a text message that says like, "Thirsty, go across the street." And he goes to a Pepsi machine. There's like a note, and he finds a letter. And it's a picture of like her tits.
Oh.
In a bra. And then it's a map with a little heart on it, and he follows that. And it's just like he does like a weird little horny picture scavenger hunt. And then you get the guy hearing the noise, because the guy who talks about the power plant, he goes crazy and he starts hearing this noise and he rips out every piece of electronics.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. I remember that now. Yeah, you're right.
To get rid of the noise.
Yeah, that's it. Because he's the one that hangs him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought the girl who was on the phone, they show another girl in a hotel room. It looks like a teenage boy's bedroom, like a really well done teenage boy's bedroom. She looks like she's just in someone's bedroom, and it's supposed to be a hotel. And she's like, "I'm stuck up," or I'm whatever. Like, I'm not sexy enough. You some girl with some big tits. I saw your porn history, and all blondes with big tits. And she hangs up and she starts drinking a bunch and taking a shower. And then she comes out and she's walking nude in front of the window, and she sees the blinds. Apparently, she has the best eyes ever.
Yes, she got the eyes of an eagle.
Yeah, she can see the guy's literal eyeball through this much of a curtain across the street.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh," and she gets freaked out, and she comes out and flashes him, and she's like, "Take that, ha ha ha!" And I'm like, the guy's just like, "Oh no, you just gave him what he wanted, if anything."
No.
And then the other story is the murder cop, who I already brought up.
Yeah, what happens to him? I can't remember.
Well, I was waiting for it to tie in, and it doesn't until the very end.
Okay.
It was a nice little self-contained story with multiple storylines, and I thought they did a good enough job, and it wasn't really bad. I liked it. I expected to hate it. I was bored through some of it. The beginning parts were scary because it was very Lee Martin, but ends up being the guy's chasing down the horny pitcher scavenger hunt, and he goes into an alleyway, and there's a heart on the pavement in the alleyway.
Yes.
And he like looks around, can't see anything, and then he pulls out the next picture, because every time there's a picture in it of like her butt or whatever. And he pulls it out, and it's a picture of him and his wife. And it says he flips it over, and it's on the back. It's like, "Dear whatever your name is, till death do us part." Death is underlined. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And her body hits the pavement, and blood splatters everywhere. And she's wearing like a tiara, like wedding stuff.
Right. Yes.
And I thought he was going to be married to the girl that's doing the peep show, but he wasn't.
No. Yeah, no, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she committed suicide.
Yeah. So that's
back at him, and that's that story.
But what I liked about it was the lead up to the guy with the hearing thing, because he's like going crazy, and he starts like digging out the wires from his ceiling, and he's like keeps hearing it, and he goes up there and he's like grabbing the ropes, and he falls. And obviously I knew it was gonna happen because you told me. But the girl next door is like, "I'll give you a show," and she's playing DJ down there.
She's pianoing herself.
Yeah. And then
she's playing Elton John's "A Candle in the Wind" by herself,
which is a good title because the guy next door had his candles blown out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he's dead. And I thought it was gonna be like a sexier, I don't know, like a dirtier scene.
Right.
But she's in her bra and panties, and it was tastefully done.
I feel like it was done for like a late night television show where you can get away with a little bit more, but not quite all the way.
That's what I'm saying. Lee Martin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He tries to do the sexy, sultry thing, but with the public access thing, you can't just she can't just be fingers deep in herself and you showing it. All I did was set down a bottle and it still turned my camera off.
Any show wouldn't be showing the fingers going in unless it's XXX.
Yeah, it's
you're not gonna find that. You're not gonna find that anywhere but an Adam Blu-ray. Star Trek XXX.
I wish they were Blu-ray. They were DVD.
Oh, was it DVD? I thought it was Blu-ray.
The Sex Files and then Star Trek.
Yeah, I thought those were Blu-rays.
No, those are DVDs.
Oh, see, Adam cheaped on himself.
You know what's funny is as soon as Frank got those DVDs, haven't seen him.
Oh my God.
Do you think it's related? Do you think the curse got passed on to him?
No, he's just working.
I don't know.
He was talking the other day on the messenger.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be here. He has not no, whatever. Anyway. So
don't check the obits.
She's like going the downtown, and then the curtains open up next door, and you see that it's the cops in there, and then it's when you see the cop that was in the opening. He's next door, and all the other cops are there.
Right.
And they start getting him down. And he's like, "Wait, what's that in the guy's ear?" And then you see a little like creature crawling out of the guy's ear.
Right. Yeah.
While he was hearing the noises.
It was a little worm.
Yeah.
What was it? The worm, the Night Gallery episode, the earworm.
Yeah, exactly. With the guy from and then he's a little blood trickle. It's a CGI, but it's not as bad as I expected it to look.
Right.
It wasn't terrible. It was 2014 though. There's no excuse if it was like really bad,
Right.
But that's that. And then the neighbor next door, or the sexy lady, just starts masturbating again. And then the bad cop is like, "Huh."
We'll keep going.
And that's when it ends. Oh, no, it cuts. Hard cut to the credits. I laughed really hard at this because it's just like, she's like, and he's like, "What's that?" And it crawls out, and he's like, "Oh," and then it cuts to her again, and then boom, and then it cuts to just like a dirty janitor in an alleyway mopping up and spraying down the blood from the jumped to death, and he does that the entire time the credits are going, and I started laughing real hard.
That's funny.
So I was like, "Oh my God, that's great."
I do think that's probably the best episode though out of that group because I don't remember the show being that great.
Well, I think we should add on an episode at some point because
sure.
Let's look at the pictures here because episode 6 looks interesting.
I need to be reminded. I might remember what it is if I see it. I mean, it's been around. Like I saw these when they first came out, so
it's been that long. Number 6. Oh, a driver is badly led astray by the GPS.
Can we read it?
Yes.
The driver is badly led astray by his GPS. An employee seeing a murder on a security camera tries not to be the next victim. A cartoonist and his neighbor watch a blood-curdling home video. 2 teenagers trying to out cyber prank the other discover the real dangers of the internet. Episode 5.
I saw it.
This episode is comprised of a single story. A young officer worker new to the city finds a black postcard. I hate this font. With only a date written on the back. The date is 3 days away. As the date draws closer, the woman has emailed a series of scary videos that seem to show people being murdered. Is this some sick ... There's an ellipses. Episode 4. A mentally fragile woman attacked in her home ends up in hospital. Is this British? Unable to move or speak, but aware her attacker plans to finish the job. And then next sentence. A free trip to New York City, one on the internet, doesn't go as planned for a woman recovering from surgery. Next story. A suicide hotline operator bargains with a caller to save ... 3. A salesman gets into a bizarre race. A young woman applying as a nanny undergoes a terrifying interview. A phone installer shows up in an apartment, setting off a shocking chain of events. An online service gives its clients more than they bargained for. First episode it looks like Mark Wahlberg here in Sixth Sense. He's got that little outfit on. Or not Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg, sorry.
Yeah.
A young woman on the subway, music blasting in her earphones, is unaware of the horror around her.
Yeah, she takes off her headphones and then she gets killed.
I think we should watch that one.
It's
The pizza delivery man stumbles onto a website that leads him to a place he should not go. A man finds a series of strange objects hidden in coin lockers, which reveals a shocking discovery. A medical student.
Yeah, no, the shocking is he gets a key for a locker, and there's a guy inside, and he like knocks him out and puts him in the locker, and I think they go take him to take his kidney or something like that.
Is that the one you're talking about with the?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first episode is that one. Yeah.
Okay. That must be what's in the picture here. The locker dude. Yeah.
That's why he comes out of the locker because he's been there for like days. Because he's the pizza guy, I think.
Yeah, that explains. Oh yeah, okay. See, that's what I like about this show is all these stories tied together.
Yeah,
that's what I thought I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave this episode a 7.
Yes,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, okay.
I expected to hate it. That's part of it, definitely. But
yeah,
I did enjoy. Was the first half. I was like, "Oh my god, come!" And then I was like, "Oh, this is okay. This is what they're doing."
The whole season, or because there's only one season, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, 6 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's basically a ripoff of VHS. It's a ripoff of those anthology movies that came out in that time period. It's just that's all it is. That's why it never kind of got renewed because I think people were tired of those anthology shows at that point. Because it's just been done, and it was always involving itself around the internet or new technology, kind of like Black Mirror.
It's called Darknet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's exactly right. So that was the idea, I guess, and it's fine. It's not as big. I would say the worst modern anthology show was that one we watched on the CW with the people that had monster faces and they killed those.
Oh, that was
ate those children that were awful. That were so annoying.
What the fuck was that called? That was
a terrible show. Stories? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that was another
show called Haunting. I think it's called A Haunt, something like that, on Netflix. Haven't heard anything about any of these shows ever.
It's not Mike Flanagan's show, is it?
No. His new show looks. I'm looking forward to his new show because I watched the trailer and I go, I'm not that interested in that. Therefore, I will love it.
Right, yeah. Now I want to watch the Sacrament. The what was it? The last one he did, the Sacrament or the Holy Sacrament or something about the church on an island.
Yeah,
it's about vampires.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass, yeah. But I saw the Red Letter Media, so I saw what happened. I'm like, oh, it looks good, but it's just I know what happens. I'm like, I don't need to watch it because it's like 8 episodes. I'm like,
I skipped their review because I didn't want to. I wanted
to watch
it.
It looks really good. They said it was awesome. It's a great show.
I've already blown Mike Flanagan 10,000 times in our shows.
It's great.
But
I'm going to talk about another guy. The guy doing the Hellraiser movie. I saw his opuses. So he directed VHS. He was one of the VHS guys. He did the segment about I Like You.
We talked about that last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I watched his movies. I watched The Ritual and I watched Night House. Solid horror movie, so he's really good. I think he's going to.
Yeah, we talked about Night House.
Yeah. Did we? Okay.
Yeah. Remember, I was trying to remember what that was. I'm like, oh yeah, the one with the mirror image and her husband's a serial killer, but only to save her.
Yeah. And The Ritual is on Netflix. Ritual is really good too. Ritual was pretty good. I like that one. That was
the problem with The Ritual is there's 10 movies called The Ritual.
I know that's the problem.
There's like an Anthony Hopkins movie called The Ritual.
That's The Right.
The Right. Okay. Well,
The only thing good about that movie is when he slaps the little girl's face.
Because he's getting possessed and his hand's shaking, and she goes, "Padre, Padre." He slaps the shit out of her. It's hilarious. You know what? We gotta find that scene and isolate it and put that in the show. I'll find that and send it to you. Or look it up. The Right. Anthony Hopkins slaps little girl.
Do you think I'm not already looking at scrubbing for it right now?
I figured. I thought that's what you were doing. I figured that's what you were doing.
I'm trying to find the exact section. It's right here.
Oh, Padre, Padre.
It's got to be right here.
Yeah, it's like it happens quickly. It's like,
yeah, here it is. This is it.
Smack my bitch up.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that music's not in the actual movie.
No, that is not from the film.
I didn't play any. I didn't have the audio until I played it
Because Anthony Hopkins is being possessed. He's going like, it's pretty funny, but that works too. Smack my bitch up.
Yeah.
Padre.
Oh man, that looks great.
Mateo.
Oh, I meant to say what the episode has on IMDb, and I forgot. It has a 7.2 with 131 people rating it.
Wow,
much higher than Monsters on our last episode.
Yeah,
it had a 5.4.
I think people don't understand the humor.
Yeah,
I think that's because people dismiss that corny, goofy humor almost immediately. It's cringe. It's cringe. It's like, no, it's a throwback to like vaudevillian kind of humor. It's different. It's more theatrical. It's broader. That's the style. It's stylized. But nobody likes that anymore.
I think the scoring on Darknet is actually accurate because I gave it a 7 as a 7.2. So I agree with that. But the other way around is Monsters as a 5.4. I gave it a 8. Like, that's way off from what I believe it is.
Yeah.
And so 2 out of 100, was it 117 or something like that?
Well, we're smarter than the 117.
It must be.
That's it, though. No, more than that.
I do got to go over my calendar because I keep pushing these calendar events off. On September 13th of 2014, LIW Improv Theater debuted. September 25th of 2015, LIW The Walking Dead Review debuted. And then coming up here on October 4th, and that was back in 2017, Things That Burn in Hell debuted. I had to get to those because I keep pushing them off. This is supposed to be a September episode. We fucked up because Jansen wanted to hang out. It's all Jansen's fault. He was on the poster of the last episode. He hasn't been on the show in ages. Last night he's like, I wanted to be on the show, but I'm busy. And I'm like, you're not fucking busy.
I'm busy. Shut up.
You don't have a family.
You don't have children.
A
dog, family, wife, a job, a mortgage you got to pay for, adult stuff.
No.
I know none of that. I feel so alive.
It stinks. So let's go over the calendar here. Just the next 2 episodes. This is on October 28th. This will be our Halloween episodes. Apparently. LIW Anthology 116, Perversions of Science, 104, The Exile. Episode 117 will be Beyond Belief, 308.
Wow.
We got Beyond Belief coming up.
Yeah.
At the end of the month.
Yeah.
I can get my ass kicked some more.
Who knows? It might all turn.
You keep saying that, but it's not happening. It keeps getting further and further apart every episode we do.
You just gotta, the sad thing though is, I think, what is it? Beyond Belief is on one of those streaming channels.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on. Oh fuck, what is it? I think it's on not Amazon, but Paramount Plus. I think Paramount Plus has Beyond Belief.
I do see it on Peacock. It shows free. Amazon Prime Video free.
Oh, maybe it was Amazon.
Pluto, Tubi.
Never mind. I think it was probably Amazon. All these streaming services just stream together.
I'm looking up right now. Beyond Belief. See if it is on Peacock. Holy shit, it is. Let's test this out because we can just watch right from here. So let's just queue up the next episode we're doing and see if it works. 308, did I say? Yeah, 308. Oh shit.
Did you guess we made this shit up? You're right. We fucked you.
Nope.
Oh, that's fine. We can watch it the old-fashioned way.
Boo!
Kip Sherman.
Oh my god, it's the principal from the Breakfast Club.
Hey, guy had to pay his dues.
All right, so we got the Breakfast Club principal here in the next episode of Beyond Belief. We got a celebrity guest star. Stay tuned. All right, Dick. Do you remember this episode well enough to give it a score?
Yeah, I would say it's probably a 6 for me. I like this a 6 out of 10.
Normally I would go 6, but I don't for some reason in the mood I was in at that current time.
Yeah, that's fine.
7.
Yeah. I remember this being the best one of the bunch, and that means nothing. So,
you know what I liked is the fact, not only the fact that she's masturbating, trying to turn on and make, because of her husband, she's trying to turn on the guy next door, and he ends up being dead. That's one thing. That's a cool little twist.
That's comedy
the whole time. The fact that she goes, he's dead, and doubles down.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was like. All right. Yeah. Sold me. Extra star.
You get one more star for those 2 extra fingers.
Sonic more coins.
When the girl ate disco.
Yeah, she just.
That's right.
Wicka wicka. She has to keep going, and yeah.
Slim Shady.
And I was like, "Damn, Canada, you're Canada. Do you not realize that?"
Oh, we finger blast all the time, eh?
To dead bodies.
Dead bodies are hot. You ever see one?
They're frozen in the tundra, but
because it's cold, you can't put your pee-pee on it. It's too cold.
This Toronto-tarian is dead, but she's going to keep. She's got to
hot.
stay warm down there. You got to do. You got to rub the
cold it gets,
area.
You open up the door for a guy from the cold because it's cold. That's why that girl got killed by that psycho with the painter. Said he was a painter. He wasn't. He was a psychopath. Slit her throat from ear to ear. Got blood all over our house.
Either a Mexican Canadian accent or
that's
a
it.
native
Whatever.
Canadian accent.
It's a negative Canadian. It's an Inuit.
Yeah, getting a little bit of that too.
How about that? Oh, great. Come to the reservation. Whatever. I don't care.
So Lee Martin's Darknet. I did enjoy you somehow. Let's move on and get out of here.
Bye.
Next time on the live streams will be our Hollywood is Dead episode 10.
Wow, it's already been 10 episodes. That's
big
crazy.
10 episode celebration.
That's nuts.
All 8
Until next time. In the meantime. Oh.
Tick, tick.
Sorry, what?
No, that's it.
Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Tick, tick.
So long, citizens. So long, Canada. Weird culture you. They stink.
Deep fried gravy. Oh, that's good stuff.